Hello guys, this is AQW Blazing91 here for an unboxing video. And today's unboxing video is going to a Final Fantasy game in which in today's series it's given me a sort of a kind of a grudge with them, the series and the company. And today I show you the full title here. Dissidia, or to some people it's known as Dissidia. I think it's how it's pronounced. I'm not sure. So in this case, this game is called Dissidia duodecim 012 Final Fantasy. Yeah, that's the full name of this. And this is a prequel to the original Dissidia, but my friend told me that this game is both a prequel and a remake of the original game, which means you get to play not only the 012 storyline, but the original storyline of Dissidia as well. So it's kind of like having two different games in one, which kind of makes me question why the heck would the company release another Dissidia game with just the original tapped on top of it. I don't know, just to try and make more money out of it, I guess. I don't know, I don't get Square Enix at all that much anyway. So anyway, here's the game. I'm considering how bad the Final Fantasy games have been, 10 to and above, including Final Fantasy 11 towards Final Fantasy 13 and 14. It's causing so much outrage between the fans and Square's constant ideas to milk the franchise by re-releasing the same 6 Final Fantasy games over and over again onto like newer systems to try and get more money out of the fans, which in my opinion is just totally disgusting. I mean, one remake is fine, one release, or maybe 2 or 3 releases on a console, on different consoles is fine, but when you're going with multi-console releases, it's getting ridiculous, especially in today's market. Some of them are getting a bit outdated. That's pretty much Square Enix in a nutshell today, milking the franchise. So anyway, let's put that aside and have a look at the box. This is Dissidia 012 as the I got this under the PSP Essentials boxing, which pretty much means that, from what I can guess, is the PSP Essentials is more or less an established re-release games of PSP titles that have become popular, at least as far to the end of the PlayStation Portable's life cycle. Yeah, and I think this game came out when the PSP was near to the end of its life cycle. At least as far as when it was released in the West anyway. At least as far as I can guess. So we look on the front cover of the game. It shows like all the various different characters in the 012 game, including Lightning, one of the very worst, and I mean absolutely worst, Final Fantasy character ever. For her ridiculous robotic attitude, and her voice totally stinks. I mean, she's got a very annoying voice. On the side there you got the label, and on the back it shows like all the characters on the back, and all the descriptions, and of course the screenshots of the game, which look really nice, and the age rating showing that you need to be 12 in order to play it. Beautiful. So inside, we take a look inside. You got the instruction manual, which I don't know why in today's gaming world you don't have instruction manuals that are as detailed and well written as these. You got a Square Enix members card, which I'm not going to be registering on their site. Thank you very much. And plus you got the O12 game, obviously in the UMD case, which looks really nice. Looks really cool. I just put it in. Strangely, it doesn't show the PlayStation logo plus the UMD, but it's just only a casing, so I'm not gonna complain. So yeah, it looks really cool. It does. Now another good reason I wanted to buy this is because obviously with the grudge I have with Final Fantasy now, Dissidia gives you not only the heroes of the Final Fantasy series, but you get to play as the villains as well, like Sephiroth from Final Fantasy 7, Kefka from Final Fantasy 6, Kuja from Final Fantasy 9, I think. To be honest, I've never played Final Fantasy 9 before, which I will be ashamed at myself for not doing so. Because a good thing with this game, it can allow you to play as the villains during battle mode, and you can just beat the living crap out of the heroes. So like if you're getting to hate like some of the Final Fantasy characters in the past, or at least the games, it gives you the villains to play as, and you can just beat them. You can just beat them all up. Especially Lightning. I will enjoy beating Lightning up. I will enjoy pounding her to dust for like all the atrocious Final Fantasy 13 sequels we didn't want. At least I'll be honest, I'll have to talk about that. I'll have to do that game in the future. Because believe it or not, I have a copy of Final Fantasy 13. And I would like to show you, but nah, I'm not going to, time limits wise. And there have been like, and Square is and on top of like the bad Final Fantasy sequels and Square trolling its fan base, with like the release of the Final Fantasy 7 on PS4, which is just a port of the PC version, which looks exactly the same as the 1997 PlayStation 1 release, which in my mind is just absolutely disgusting. And on top of that, adding further insult is what was it? The Final Fantasy 11 mobile release, which it just seems utter pointless. Because like Final Fantasy 11 is such an outdated game. They shut down the servers of the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox 360 versions, I think next year. But it's going to be disgusting like how they're going to release Final Fantasy 11 on the mobile system. I mean, it's purely outdated and we're moving on away from it. It's about time we move away from it. Try something different. And not to mention also, there was the what was it, Final Fantasy Type 0 HD re-release as well, which the battle system on it might look promising, but the storyline, the characters and the dialogue is just totally embarrassingly lazy. I mean, you just listen to some of the dialogue and you just think, and you just want to slap yourself in the face just for listening to it. It's just embarrassing. And it's also because of like how many bad Final Fantasy games have been released is why I turn over to a different franchise. The Tales series, for instance. Because at least the Tales franchise have had so many cool looking games. And they've always kept the Tales traditional system. Compared to Final Fantasy, which has lost its mojo completely. Always trying too hard. So, that was my unboxing video, and I'm just going to show you the wrapper here. And that was going to do for my unboxing video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all